The British leftists defend the CCP and claim that China did nothing wrong, and Sadiq Khan starts his review into the statues in London. Hello everyone and welcome to the second program of the day. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to the British leftists, specifically Novara Media, which is a left-wing version of this channel. They just don't get as many views as we do, thanks to you guys. Let's go to the latest that we have. Aaron Bastani, who is one of the co-founders of Novara Media, tweeted this saying that this slogan that we've been saying for the past 9 months, actually more than that now, that China lied, is complete and utter rubbish. Not only should we not blame China for this, we should be grateful. Yeah, we should be very grateful that they've been working really hard to stop this. I've got the video clip of this where Richard Horton was talking to Aaron Bastani on Novara Media. You'll be shocked. Just a spoiler.
I don't believe that the Chinese government in Beijing deliberately lied to the international community, no. In fact, every piece of evidence that I've seen tells me that Chinese doctors and scientists communicated rapidly with Beijing, and when Beijing realized they had a crisis on their hands, they authorized publication of information about the virus.
Whoa, hang on. So, China did nothing wrong. The CCP cooperated. And when scientists and doctors came to tell them what's been happening, they cooperated, right? Yeah, they went with it. What about this guy? Dr. Li Wenliang, who has, is no longer with us, but he somehow lost his life because of the virus. Towards the end of December 2019, he decided to actually expose what's been happening in Wuhan. Suddenly, the government went against him. I mean, he's not the only one. There were a number of others who disappeared. We got another doctor who just randomly, she just disappeared as she raised alarm about what's been happening in Wuhan. But yes, sure, doctors and experts raised alarms, and the CCP said everything's fine. Yeah, we're gonna listen to you. We're gonna tell the whole world. We're definitely not gonna do a cover-up, and we're gonna tell WHO that this is a serious situation. That's not what they told WHO, did they? Let's go to the rest of the video.
So they actually have moved very quickly on this occasion to release information about the virus, about the disease, about the genetic sequence in those early weeks of January. So I think it's completely unfair of Tom Tugendhat to blame China in the way that he does.
Yes. Why do you think politicians are keen to allay blame like that?
I think that it's very easy to blame another country to deflect responsibility from your own government. I would actually...
So it's now the fault of the Western governments, including the British government. Yeah, it's your fault that the whole thing started in Wuhan. Yeah, it's because of Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, and Emmanuel Macron, Ursula von der Leyen, and probably Justin Trudeau. Yeah, China did nothing wrong. We should just blame our own democratically elected governments, even though, again, they've been trying to tackle this. Whether the solution was right or wrong with the lockdown policies or not, that's a whole different topic. But they reacted to it. It's not something they started. But according to Novara Media, yeah, we should blame our own governments.
Go much further and say that we owe a debt of gratitude to China for the way that it has handled this outbreak. We absolutely owe a debt of gratitude to the doctors and nurses and scientists who were on the front lines managing this outbreak in the first place.
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to President Xi for definitely telling the truth from day one, and definitely taking responsibility. Oh wait, he didn't do that either. He never actually took responsibility. His government never said anything about that. They even said that actually nothing happened. We don't even know how it started. And yeah, sure. Let's just listen to Novara Media because they know more than us.
They gathered the information. We didn't pay attention to them. So it's our failure, not their failure.
Of course, that sort of catchphrase you're hearing from the American alt-right, China lied, people died, and you think, well, Taiwan's had 8 people die. Thailand's had 77 people die. Were they telling them the truth but not the rest of the world? I think it's a very strange thing to...
Firstly, this slogan, alt-right in America, Yeah, that's not how it started, but okay. Not everyone who's against the CCP is alt-right for some reason. The whole world, the whole Western world, anyone who's sensible in Western democracies should be and is against the CCP. Even people in China who are sensible are against the CCP. But we should be grateful, and also we should just blame our own politicians for everything. Sure.
Well, isn't there an irony here that now the international exemplar in terms of the way the pandemic was handled and the economic recovery is actually China? The Chinese economy is about the only one that's bounced back very, very quickly. And what that shows actually is that this alleged trade-off between health...
Yeah, isn't it ironic that China responded to it better than the rest of us? We should just copy what they did. We have the videos and photos of what they did and how they reacted to it and what they did to ordinary people, locking them inside their own houses, and much worse measures that they took. Yeah, that just follow their measures and also learn from them. They gave us all the information, apparently, according to Novara media, and we messed it up. Yeah. Now China should build a wall around it and stop Westerners from entering China. Are you joking? This is absolutely astonishing what's been happening. So I just wanted to make this video and expose Novara media. This is getting completely out of control, and considering this video is actually on YouTube, although YouTube has labeled it, just like Twitter now labels certain tweets. So that's good. Well done, YouTube, for doing that. But this is not the end of it. British leftists are everywhere, and they're causing chaos everywhere, including London. Our mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, vowed a few months ago to start a review, to set up a panel of independent experts to start a review into the historic statues that are based in London. It's all started because of the Marxists who decided to go around the streets and cause mayhem. But Sadiq Khan said, "Oh, well done, guys. Largely peaceful. I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to destroy London's heritage and history." So he's this panel has now been branded the unelected activists who are now involved, including a Star Wars actor, Riz Ahmed, who's a vocal critic and hater of Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister. He's obviously this person's joined by the campaigners who want to decolonize London. Not sure what that means, but okay. Who are now leading Sadiq Khan's task force of an unelected activists to launch this review into London landmarks. The interesting thing is this commission, it's called the Commission for Diversity in the Public Realm. It's literally like something from the communist China. A public realm. Yes, absolutely amazing. So the good thing is, while this is happening, luckily, with all their faults, and I've criticized this government a lot on this channel, they have done one good thing. Robert Jenrick has come out, minister, with a number of others as well, with Oliver Dowden and others, to say that the central government is going to stop this. The central government is going to protect the statues. You cannot randomly just bring down your London landmarks without going through the proper procedure. Not just your unelected activists who are just on some sort of panel with Sadiq Khan. Although the mayor of London has said that for too long, too many Londoners have felt unrepresented by the statues and street names and buildings all around them. Not really sure the historic statues and landmarks are there to represent the current Londoners. They're there to represent London's history and heritage. You don't really see the British business people going to Dubai or Saudi, let's just say Saudi Arabia, and tell the Saudi government to, we don't feel that these street names, these Arabic street names are representing us now. So let's just change the name to to Piccadilly, change Mecca to Manchester. Why not? So it makes absolutely no sense that this guy wants to do this. You're completely destroying London's heritage for absolutely no reason. Now, let's be more positive about the world that we live in, although the relationship between the UK and the US is escalating, because we had, if you're on Twitter, you must have seen this, Weetabix, the company, tweeted this photo promoting eating Weetabix with Heinz beans. I like both products separately, but together it's absolutely disgusting. So what happened in reaction was that the US Embassy in London said that this is not the US-UK collaboration that we were hoping for. Then he went further by having the British Embassy in Washington, D.C. reacting, saying, strong opinion from the nation that makes tea in a microwave. I mean, to be fair, tea in a microwave is disgusting, guys. So I'm not sure the US Embassy in London has any ground at this point. Although the US Embassy clearly know who Jackie Weaver is and the parish council in Handworth, because they said, we've checked the standing orders and they say no beans on Weetabix. Read them and understand them. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, not everything is doom and gloom at this point, and which is exactly why we are, using this channel to spread some positivity. And finally, in tonight's segment of News in Your World, we have the latest from one of our subscribers, Steve White, who sent us an email about what happened to him about a week ago. He actually lives in a small village in Somerset, and his cottage is in an area where there are no street lights. It's usually very dark at night. So Steve was actually just like at home, just spending his evening, and on his own. Apparently a van just turned up outside his cottage, which was a white van, and he assumed that it was probably an ambulance because it had some green and yellow markings. So Steve actually thought that there was probably a problem nearby in the area. That's why the ambulance was there. But when he left his house, he actually saw the van actually had click and collect written on it. So as Steve says himself, he said, I've never heard of a click and collect ambulance service. But the reality was, actually, a man came out of the van carrying some plastic bags from Morrison's, the supermarket, doing a home delivery grocery service. It transpired that his family actually organized a surprise grocery delivery to make him happy. And he was pleasantly surprised, as he said. This is actually a good point, because during the lockdown, with everything that's happening right now, a lot of us, most of us right now are staying at home and not leaving, and some of us are living alone. We have no one actually around to kind of support us, and just like Steve, it is quite difficult, and it gets tough. So if you are watching this, and if you have a family member or a friend who is isolating on their own, it's always good to do a bit of a surprise, a nice gesture, just like Steve's family. So I hope that Steve enjoyed his Morrison's delivery. And I actually did a similar thing a couple of days ago. I sent some surprise flowers to my mum. So that went well, and I got some brownie points for that. But if you do want to be featured in the next segment of News in Your World, then send us your email with any positive story that you have, anything that's happened that's been good in your life, any personal achievements. And if your story actually is relevant to any photo, any video, any attachment, make sure you include that in the email. Send it to lacey@mytc.co.uk. You could find the email address in the description as well. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to support the channel by becoming a member. You get a lot of perks and benefits, including our weekly Q&As and weekly Zoom video calls with the members, which I just did a couple of hours ago as well, which is really good. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. I'm MyTC, and I'll see you guys in the next video.